So Woodland Park is located west of Colorado Springs, west of Manitou Springs. If you take that road, Highway 24 west, you're going to find yourself in Woodland Park. Now, Woodland Park is a tiny little community. I love it. It's so cute. It is kind of old and traditional. The houses are usually like cabin looking. They're older homes, and they are sitting up in a mountain, right? So this mountain is actually the Rocky Mountains with an elevation of about 8,465 feet. And it's located about 18 miles west of Colorado Springs. About 45 minutes, I'd say, because of all the winding roads. You don't want to, go too fast. But lots of restaurants, shops, and a ton of things to do, especially if you are like the outdoorsy person. The weather is pretty mild, and you're just surrounded by tons and tons of beautiful, gorgeous mountains. But it's super accessible for people who want to commute between the Springs and Woodland Park. Now, Woodland Park has gotten very popular over the last couple of years, and so the prices have really gone up like crazy. You used to be able to get something really cool out there in the mountains, right, with trees and everything surrounding you, nice clean air. You can see the stars at night, and that's rare. So once people found out, they all started, buying up Airbnbs, and then we had to have an ordinance to cap the Airbnb so that we can keep it our nice, charming little town, and people can still afford to live there, not become another resort town, right? And we have those in Colorado, Vail, Beaver Creek, and things like that. There's no skiing, in Woodland Park that I'm aware of. People usually go to ski country to be able to ski and things like that. But Woodland Park just has so much character. It's one of those little towns, kind of like Georgetown, but not as like old-fashioned, I guess would be the word. Like all those cute little shops that you'll find. Like it kind of makes me think of like a Hallmark movie. Like Georgetown kind of makes me think of a Hallmark movie where you can go out and meet your long lost lover or whatever. But they have that dark sky ordinance out there too, where they don't want to put up a lot of lights because they want to be able to see the Milky Way at night, and it's so pretty. Like, I know we're talking about Woodland Park, and Woodland Park is very similar, but it's more of a city. But if you are ever thinking about a place to kind of hang out, you got to check out Georgetown. But anyway, so Woodland Park, it's got a Walmart, which a lot of people were really concerned about in the beginning because they didn't want Walmart to take all the business away from, all the small mom and pop shops in town. But thankfully, none of that happened. People still love the small shops, and they still love going to Walmart as well. And so you have all these unique traditional places. You've got the Donut Mill, which is like a really popular donut shop. I honestly didn't really like the donuts there, but a lot of people love them. So maybe I'll have to try it again. It's actually been a long time. Probably over 20 years was the last time I've tried their donuts. But and then they have deer everywhere. You can be walking out and be out on your little hikes or whatever and find deer. They've got some really cool venues where people love to go out and get married because you can go up in the mountain, and then the city is just like minutes away. So very cute if you want to live a city life but also a country mountain life. It's kind of interesting. It's a very unique place. And the average home price, it really just depends on the area, because some of the houses are newer and they're in a very secluded spot. If you're lucky enough to find some land out there to build on, they do have requirements. You have to have certain specifications. You can't just, build a tiny house out there. But if you're lucky enough, you can probably get a decent lot and build on it, or you can find an existing home. Now the homes, they're not super giant. If you go further, like towards Fluorescent Divide area, then you might be able to get a little more land so you can have a bigger house, or a bigger house that's already built. So anyway, those home prices can range anywhere from $350,000 for something on the very low end, maybe even a manufactured home. Or it could go all the way up past $1 million. So the range is wide. It depends on the house. It depends on where it's located. You might get a small 1,500 square foot, tiny little 3 or 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. That's going to be on your lower end. And then, like I said, I've shown properties out there that are well over $1 million, and they're pretty big. They're decent sized. More privacy, more secluded, but the natural beauty is just stunning, and you don't get a lot of obstruction. You do get a lot of trees, and you do get a lot of mountain views. So if you want to live that lifestyle, Woodland Park has it. They do tend to get hit with the weather harder there, so you're going to have more colder weather there. It's going to be a little bit cooler, and then you're also going to have a lot more snow. That Highway 24 can oftentimes be closed down because of the weather. So something to think about, you know, if it gets cold in the wintertime and you're trying to spend time with family, maybe that's in town for Thanksgiving or something, you're going to have to keep that in mind that it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's going to be super annoying. There's abundant wildlife out there. You got to be really careful. There's a lot of animals as you're driving through. You're going to experience lots of mountains, cows, horses, and deer that just wander freely eating all the flowers and berries or whatnot. You don't really hear a lot about bears or mountain lions coming down, but it is a possibility. I've seen it on the news. Every now and again, a bear will try and come inside of, you know, Colorado homes because we do live close to the mountains, and they just like to come hang out every now and again. Now, Woodland Park is a very small knit community, so you're going to find yourself around a lot of people. You might know a lot of people. There's a lot of really small shops there, not a ton of like big shopping. You'll have to go to the Springs or Denver for kind of your high-end shopping and things like that. But definitely lots of character, rich with things to do for the outdoors person. There is a dinosaur exhibit there that my kids love. We have all kinds of pictures from when my kids were toddlers, and they just love to visit that spot. It's a little museum. The Dinosaur Resource Center. There's like a life-sized three-horn. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name. A triceratops. There's a life-size dinosaur. There's a couple of them out there. So really neat place. Such a great place to live. I know that a lot of people will buy a vacation house out here, and they will just come either in the summer or just like some parts of winter. So they'll buy like a little cabin up in the mountains, and then they'll just go back home. You'll see this like with Texas or people from Florida or California. They tend to do that a lot too. So anyway, if this video has been helpful, please like, share, and comment. And don't forget to subscribe to learn all about Colorado Springs. If you want to learn more about Colorado Springs and surrounding areas, this is the channel to learn more. If you like this video, you might like the video that's popping up next on the screen. Reach out if you have any questions about real estate or relocating to the area. It is a really stunning site. I've lived here for so long, I kind of get used to it and I don't appreciate it as much. But I'm learning to appreciate that part of living in Colorado even more.